Okay, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and start on the hat. We got all the detail that we want on this thing. So first thing I'm going to do is take my V tool and I'm going to follow this. Now, see how I have my thumb resting against the piece? That's what you want to do. And then you're just going to take little strokes and go all the way around. You can do it with a knife with a stop cut if you do not have the V tools. And what I use is Dockyard number V3 for this. Okay, the Dockyards are wonderful. They're not the easiest to sharpen if they get really dull, so try to remember to hone them up, you know, with your strop every so often. Makes it a lot easier. Alright. And turn it around and try to be mindful how the grain is running. Okay, there we go. Nice and deep. Alright, see that? We can make this a little deeper over here. I'm sorry, a little deeper over here. And that's the first section here. And then I take my knife. Let me find my knife here. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of rescore that, or redo it with the tip of the knife. Go back and around, kind of follow where we went with the V tool. Just a little easier to do it this way than with doing it with a stop cut. But you can do it either way. You can put a stop cut in and cut towards it. It's also a good idea, whichever works for you. So. Then I come back here and I just go ahead and make that V cut just a little more distinct where the... Alright. I'm going to go around the whole thing and take care of that. Alright, and then when you get that done, what you want to do is just round off the little edge all the way around. Alright, so that's how you do the hat. Then when you go and do this portion, you use the wide V tool once again. And we're going to put these things in the hat, and in the, well, actually on the, when you do these on the tassel, what I do is I just do a nice deep stop cut on both. It's a little easier this way because it's such a small area. Just come up, alright, and then you round off this edge. And that will look like it's overlapping. See how it looks like it's overlapping? Sorry, I must have had a mosquito bite or something when I was outside. Alright. And it's another blistery hot day today. It's about 95, 97 outside. Just under 100 degrees. So I'd rather be in here taping and videotaping this stuff than being out in that heat. I did that earlier this week. It was brutal trying to mow anything this week. But anyway, this is how you do the two little folds in the hat. And then we're going to do the little folds right in the right here. There's going to be a fold right in here, so I'm going to use the V tool once again and just kind of bring it all the way down and around. Kind of hang on to your piece, okay? Alright, and then we're going to do the two folds in the back. You can do a stop cut like I just did with the tassel if you prefer. Whatever you feel more comfortable with. I'm getting much more comfortable with the V tool. Like I tell people, I rarely ever used one for many years, and realize what a benefit it is to do the beard and the hat and all the rest by having one. Okay, so what you want to do here is you want to come up. Now this is all going to be trimmed down. Remember, I've got to go back and finish this up. Then I take that little hard edge off the hat, and then here I come up, just kind of bring this up flat so it looks like it's hanging over. Now if you need to go back over it with the knife, that's okay. You know, the V tool kind of gives you a direction, helps you define that line a little bit more. But when you go back and recut it like I'm doing, you make that a little more distinct. Alright. Again, you're going to just round off the bottom little edge here. I'll clean this all up before we show you the last of this. We're just going to go over this really quickly. What time will allow us on the video here. Alright, again I'm going to redefine it with the knife a little bit, go a little bit deeper. Because when you do a V-cut, it's not an actual, really a 90-degree angle. You know, it's a little bit of a gouge in the very center of your V-tool. And if you want a little crisper look, then you go back with the knife. Okay, so see, we have the folds of the hat there, we have the folds of the hat here on the tassel. Now in the front here, it's kind of overlapping, right? So we need to go from the bottom up. Alright? Just be very careful that you don't chip anything out. This is how I do the hats on the Santas or on the, you know, they're basically the same. And I'm going to just trim that off a little bit. Around. Let me take that back here for a second and take a look at it. It's a little messy, so let me just clean it up a little bit. There we go. Sometimes it's better to recut it and get it. So we have the hat pretty well finished, except for the detail in the hat. We'll do that a little bit later. And then here is the same thing. We're going to take the little V tool, okay, the little one, and we're going to go up here on, follow that line out and that one out. Alright. Notice how I flip it over, do one half and then do the other half to get a nice clear cut right up to the edge. What I do is I take the knife and I kind of trim this down so that little cuff looks like it's standing out a little bit. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get that focus. There we go. And just, alright, so we have a little bit of a thing there. We're going to do the other cuff the same way. I'll just show you how to do this side, and you can do the other side. And then I take my little V tool once again, and I'm going to go up here and I'm just going to make little cuts, follow my little lines there, turn it over and do the other little half. Let me make sure I got that right. No, I didn't get that right. Too far away. Alright. Let me fix this here a little bit. Alright. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go across. Now this is the hard part, because this is where you can chip things out a little bit. You want to just be very, very careful when you do it. And if you want to wet it, you can, but we'll soften it up and where it won't move sometimes. So yeah, just have to play it by ear. But that's our little crisscross of what we have here on the on this top part of the mitten. Okay, and the same thing here. I'm gonna do all these lines here. I'm gonna just show you a little bit of this right now. Well, let me come back. We'll show you.